Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of this here Bachelor Nation News. We've got a Men Tell All to recap here, Michelle's season. Did you know Michelle's got a season of The Bachelorette happening right now? It's actually fantastic. It's fantastic. They switched the time slot to Tuesdays, and then they bring the Men Tell All back for Mondays. But judging by my numbers last night on the live stream, y'all are watching this. And some people said, this is a trash. We didn't like it. It was not a hot dumpster fire, because that doesn't give credit to dumpsters. But it was kind of like the type of mess. You ever play video games with your buddies at a sleepover in the 90s, and you don't know how to hit the punch button in the Street Fighter video game, so you just hit every button all at once? That's what it felt like. Each guy was just punching at each other verbally. Everyone's got a different beef. But we'll get into it. Let's recap it. Do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, and definitely like this video for future content. You guys know I make 5 videos a day, so if you like to stick around and hang out with me, I'm here to hang out with you. Let's get into it. Before I get into the recap, though, I have to say thank you guys so much for hitting the $10,000 Toys for Tots level that we wish to hit. You guys, I am so grateful for the work that you put in to donate your hard-earned money to hit $10,000. We're going to hit $15,000 by Christmas. That's the new goal we're setting. $15,000. We're at 103% of our goal. We hit it by December 7th. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for that. And if anyone wants to see my conversation I had with Hannah Brown, I can't show the meat and potatoes of it all, but I do have it on my vlog channel. It's from over this weekend. It's all hanging with Hannah Brown. I talked about performing stand-up in front of her, book signing tour, and then a Q&A that I did with her. You can see some never before seen behind the scenes footage of all that right there. And of course, every single day in Christmas, I have a different vlog, Christmas themed vlog. Go check that out if you need some Christmas cheer. I got it. I'll bring you the Christmas cheer. We'll get into it. All right, here we go. So let's do our recap. No edits, none of that. Just me and you. We're going to chat, right? All right, a bunch of random fights that are unresolved, a 5-minute highlight reel of all the worst guys edited together. Let's start the show. First, we have Peter, the pizza boy, and Chris the snake. Then we have Ryan, the guy with the binder, Martin with the frosted tips. Are these names ringing a bell? It's like after, the quicker you get to know somebody, the quicker you get to forget about them. So it's like, it's like, oh, geez, we all forgot about Ryan, the guy with the binder. That was episode 1. Will calls Peter a narcissist, and then says if you really wanted to talk about your business, you should have gone on Shark Tank. All right, so like they got the pre-ready, zingers, they're going to say. They just feel like bulls that have just been cattle prodded, for a couple hours by the producers. Then they open up the gates and like, go get them, boys, and like, buck off. Casey says that Peter is awful all day long, has a catchphrase, buongiorno. Kind of like the catchphrase, to be honest. We're going to see that I actually side a little bit with Peter in today's, because I just think they piled on so hard. Peter was obviously I don't want to call him a plant, but he was a character. He was there to promote his pizza. It is what it is. You know what I mean? He showed up slinging pizza dough. Like the guy knew what he was doing. Just, it's almost like by everyone responding to Peter, they're fueling what he wanted in the first place, the attention. Will says to Peter, tell your sister to stop sliding into my DMs. All right, this is okay. Hold on. Okay. Do we need to go here, Ref Dave? Too far. You went too far. Okay, you don't bring sisters into the match. What are we doing? The show reads Peter's negative Yelp reviews. This is where I got actually upset. And we'll find out later on that the show then brought out his pizza. So clearly they knew they were going to have this redemption arc. But Caitlyn and Tayshia just not good enough actresses to pull it off. They were just mean. They were like, let's pull up the Yelp reviews. So what is Mari Povich? Bring out the results, boys. It turns out you are the owner of the pizza place. It sucks because obviously there's deranged people in Bachelor Nation that left some bad reviews. The pizza tasted like it was drenched in pool water. Obviously, that's fake. Let the boys fight. It was old school. Will bringing Peter's sister into it. That's not a fair fight. And I've been wanting to be on Will's side this all along, Peter serves Will a subpoena for defamation of character. What's going on? Does anyone know what the hell is going on? I don't believe that was real. Obviously, I think. I mean, I think it was fake, but at this point, who knows? It takes a lot of money to serve a subpoena. You know what I mean? And also, defamation of character. You have to prove someone is saying something libelous, right? Did I say that right? Listen, I'm not a
you can't handle
lawyer over here, but I do know a few people out there that might agree with me. It's very hard to prove that someone defamed you. Tayshia asks Ryan why he wanted to go on the show. It's like Tayshia's cross-examining him. They seem overly snarky. Now, I've talked about Ryan in the past. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not someone who can diagnose people with certain neurological disorders, right? Neurodivergent issues. People that are not that don't think like the common person. People that are slightly different, and maybe they're not necessarily obsessiveness, but a perfectionist, wanting to over prepare. So Peter was the type of guy that had all these notes because he wanted to over prepare, and then people go, dude, you didn't have to prepare. It's like, well, look, some people do. Some people prepare for everything. That doesn't mean that he's going to be a good guy for Michelle, but it means that was his character, that he was going to show up to this show and have all these notes and try to be the best version of who he could be. You would think if anyone's going to rip Peter for this, it would be me. But, to me, I'm kind of like, I just think he's, I don't know. I kind of just feel bad for him, right? They all took their turns kind of slamming him. Tayshia, so then Olu tells Chris to never to say he has a low IQ, and he says, you're looking at black excellence right here. The great moment. Good for Olu to kind of like come at him and because there's nothing worse than someone being so smug like Chris. Chris is one of the true villains here, where he was just really smug. Saying someone's stupid is like, you don't know the first thing about these guys. You're on a dating show, folks, right? You're all stupid. Jamie's turn. Tayshia asks him about how he described calling Michelle spring break mode. He tries to talk his way out of it. The boys call him TED Talk Jamie. The guys say there are two Jamies, the Tony Robbins inspirational one, and then the negative one when the cameras are off. Sounds good to me. Rodney asks Jamie to apologize, blah, blah, blah. Jamie just drains the clock, right? He just filibusters. He's like, all right, I got 2 minutes here. Well, the first part of the issue is like, come on, shut up. Rick gets a great response. All right, we love Rick. Nothing to say there. Caitlin and Tayshia discuss her breakup. Tayshia doesn't say much. She's heartbroken. I don't know what the future holds, blah, blah, blah. Then they start introducing Rodney's package, and Rodney's package, all right. Hey, folks. And then Rodney says, Tayshia, I'm sorry. And then I don't know if that's the moment she lost it or if she was already going to lose it, but Tayshia walks out crying. And a lot of people in the comments have already been like, Tayshia, the production could have cut that part out. Yeah, sure, of course, but they're all under contract. They're going to air it all. What do you expect? Rodney says he's rooting for Michelle. He's a huge fan favorite, a kind soul. Caitlin says he should find love on the beaches in Mexico. I think Rodney and Tayshia should find some love. What do you guys think about that? I don't know, maybe not. Tayshia comes back. They don't really mention it. She just all of a sudden is back on the show. Bloopers, Caitlin and Tayshia, they crush it as the fangirls. You got guys bench pressing Caitlin. I mean, they're really fun. They really are their best host when they're kind of fangirling, when they're doing the type of things that Chris Harrison never could do. Like Chris Harrison couldn't show up with a little, blacklight camera, and you know what I mean? So like I think the producers did a decent job playing into Caitlin and Tayshia's sort of, I don't want to say naivete, but their ability to kind of fangirl as fans of the show, former leads of the show, and also the opposite sex of these guys, where they can be like, ooh, gym shorts, ooh, look at this, ooh, you're bench pressing me. Like, can you imagine if they try to bench press Chris Harrison? Olu could bench press Chris Harrison. The guys are all excited for Clayton as the Bachelor. His preview tells the girls in front of them all that he was intimate with them. I got to tell you what, some people go, oh, Clayton isn't the type of Bachelor we want. And I just have to say this, the producers in most cases know what they're doing. They must have known they were going to either be able to manipulate him or that he would fall really hard for multiple people. Either way, they put him in a tough situation in that preview. And my guess is that the Bachelor premiering January 3rd is actually going to have huge numbers. I think this was a palate cleanser this fall, and a lot of people aren't tuning in because of all of the drama surrounding Bachelor in Paradise and the endless cycle of 2021. But I do believe they're going to pick up where they left off and have some crazy drama happening on Clayton's season. Also, first season back at the mansion, first season where they're going to have traveling it back after a couple years. We'll see if they shut that down. Michelle arrives glowingly, right? She looks just beautiful out there. Rodney and Michelle bond in their mutual appreciation for each other. Jamie, which is great. But if everyone had the moral fiber of Rodney, there'd be no drama on the show. It'd just be a bunch of happy-go-lucky guys. You need the narcissist. You need the sort of crazy Tony Robbins type. It's kind of one of those things like. It's like a family at a barbecue. You need the crazy conspiracy theorist. You need that. Like, it's just the potatoes taste better when some guy's talking about flat Earth. You know, you got your Uncle Bill, and he's like, listen, the curvature, and you're like, I'm going to eat some of this macaroni salad. We've all got one of those. We all got one of those. And Facebook knows it too. You don't even have to like someone's status. Facebook knows when you scroll onto someone's status and show it to a friend. And I feel like we've all got that family member. We're like, look what this mother effer just said. Idiot. Jamie says all these nice things to Michelle. He does this whole thing where he just stays in this personality. He can't read the room. The whole room hates him. And he's like, you know, you're a great person, X, Y, and Z. She looks at him stone cold. The whole audience doesn't even clap. It's so easy to get the audience to clap. All you have to do is be like, you're a fierce woman, Michelle. We love you. You're a great role model. Woo! You know, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then when Jamie goes up, he's like, I think you're a great woman. And everyone's like, crickets. Because they know Jamie's full of crap, and they know Michelle's about to lay down the law, and she does. She looks at him stone cold. She rips him apart, rightfully. Michelle says she hasn't seen any responsibility, and then Jamie finally apologizes at the very end to everybody, and it looks like a hostage apology. He starts by doing like, look, if I offended any of you, he does. Whenever you throw an if into an apology, you need to throw that apology into the trash, right? If I've offended any of you, it wasn't my whatever. No, you did. Your words were said. Other people heard them. They felt bad. So clearly somewhere in there, you did wrong. All right, they do the bloopers. Grown men being afraid of small bugs. Always funny. Always. Standing ovation at the end for Peter and Will, burying their hate for each other with pizza. So at the end, they bring out the pizza. So once they bring out the pizza, I go, okay, all right, I get it. You did the whole thing. You made fun of his business so that you could, you tore it down so you could build it back up. Okay. And at that point, I don't hate what they did. Did they fabricate no, clearly there's some deranged people in Bachelor Nation that wrote these negative Yelp reviews, but clearly if the guy ran a good business before he went on The Bachelor and he served good pizza before he went on The Bachelorette, then you got to expunge all these Yelp reviews that came out in the last 2 months. Sure, he threw a jacket in a pool. The show's way overly produced, way more than we could imagine. That it's the whole thing. I'm not saying it's 100% fabricated. I'm just saying Bachelor producers know how to throw gasoline on a fire, and that's exactly what they did. We'll have more content coming out all day long. If you haven't already, join the Patreon. It's where I give behind-the-scenes information. I talked a lot on the Patreon live stream yesterday about my conversation with Hannah Brown. Gave way more details in the private conversation there. If anyone wants to know what it's like to kind of do what I do on my side of things, patreon.com/Dave Neal. You can get memberships as cheap as $5 a month. It obviously helps support me, and you get a ton of content over there. I'm starting to do more lunchtime live streams, so I'm doing those and a whole bunch of other content. I put some private stand-up comedy clips up there. And if anyone wants a link to the toy drive, it's still live, and we're going to shoot for 15,000, but I'm taking a victory lap right now, and I'm thankful so much for all of you guys for joining the toy drive, and also for everyone that has joined the Christmas-themed vlogs on Vlogmas. Thank you guys so much for that. I really mean it. You guys have really come out in numbers to really, we've got, on a lot of these vlogs, we've got 5 times the amount of views as normal. So a lot of you have come over from the Bachelor content and are checking out the vlogs. I just have to tell you this: if you haven't checked out one of these vlogs, it's their vlogs are called video journals. It's like a blog, but a video vlog. It's really just a ton of cool edits and drone shots. And when I started this out right here, if you look at, I shared last year's Vlogmas all in like a 3-minute sketch. You're talking drone shots, trying out Starbucks Christmas food and doing a bunch of fun things. Tasha makes a ton of appearances in it. We have the dog doing his thing. We went to Harry Potter World in Florida. We got our Christmas tree. We got, every single day we're trying a different type of wine in the wine advent calendar and opening presents, and it's just a ton of fun, guys. So if you enjoy what I do, just trust me on this. Go check it out. Everyone's raving about it. I appreciate you guys watching this video. More content to come. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.